Yeah, it came out of a Let 'em Dare. The theme for it was minimalism, and they came up with this idea of like sort of a thing that looks like a metro map, a subway map, but is a game. And it starts off and it feels very relaxing, and then quickly does not feel that way. So I don't know. Well, I mean, the classic one really is the London one, and you know what? It's kind of cool and fun. There's a bunch of different modes you can play in as well. These are not like different difficulties. They're just sort of inherently different modes that have their own interesting quirks and difficulties. So we're gonna go ahead and start over here, and it starts off and it's like the most chill, relaxing game. So these are stations, and people want to go from these one station to another. So let's say we did something like this. Now we have a subway, a metro, that will run from the station. So that was a passenger that wanted to go to Triangle Station, and here waiting here's a passenger that wants to go to Circle. It's fine. Oh, we've got another station over here. I suppose I could just extend this out this way. No problem. Easy peasy. Please dark mode? Is that an option for like changing the look of the screen? I don't know. I'll leave aside the rest of the Krabbies there and just go for some Diet Coke for now. Easy. How do you go into night mode? I mean, probably not now. I'd probably have to go to the setup screen again. And you get this and you're like, you know what? Maybe I'll start a different subway line. Ooh, the red line over here. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's just keep doing that. And it's chill and it's relaxed, and soon it won't be. But for now, it's all right. Another station here. And I'm like, well, I mean, I suppose I could do this. It's probably okay. Or, you know, maybe something more like this, and then we can undo some of these tracks. There we go. So now we have the red line north of the river, the yellow line which connects to the south. That's all right. And what's nice about this is you don't have two symbols in a row. It's really bad when two symbols get in a row. It tends to become really inconvenient to actually do your deliveries and pickups properly. So like these circles are going to be a pain, because neither one of these stations is ever going to spawn someone who wants to go to a circle. So as a result, you're going to accrue a lot more traffic over here. Not ideal. Do. I'll see in a circle here. We're gonna have two circles in a row. I don't like that, but what can you do? So we'll just connect it up this way. So week 2, we get a second locomotive. We get more tunnels or more lines unlocked at this point. We will need more tunnels at this point, and I'm not sure they offer tunnels every time. I think they offer a line every time. I'm gonna take the tunnels. I don't need them now, but I will need them at some point. Unlocking more lines tends to be stronger, but we'll make do. I can put a second locomotive on these lines if I want, which, you know, can help deal with higher demand. But like, it's so beautifully zen right now. Escape. Oh, night mode. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is like how I like to program. It's actually a lot easier on the eyes. God damn it, 3 circles in a row. This is really not great. I'm gonna temporarily just go and create a blue line here, but that can't last. This is a really, really unfortunate cluster. Really unfortunate. And this is probably gonna cause our death at some point. There are a few different ways to handle it. Actually, what might help is if orange, well, what was red, wouldn't go through here. Soundtrack recommendation for the stream. Brian Eno's music for airports. These symbols just represent different station types. People, so this is a passenger that wants to go to a circle station. They don't need to go to specific stations, any circle will do. But that's what that means. Bit of a change of pace. Yeah, just relax. A lot more relaxed than freaking Overcooked. Oh, this circle changed into a arc or whatever. That's actually quite helpful. I mean, it's tough because it's a rare symbol. People are going to want to go to here from everywhere. And it can be kind of a pain in the ass, but I don't remember. Is there like a bulk way to just get rid of like all tracks everywhere? I don't think there is, but it's a good time for us to consider like our structure, and we might want to change things up. Like, for example, I feel there is a way to just undo all tracks. And people have told me about it before. I'm just going to cancel these temporarily. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to plan something like that, and maybe this. And then one that goes like this, and then one that goes like this. You don't need to connect triangles to triangles or not. No, in fact, that would be quite bad, because people at triangles never want to go to triangles. And here, 2 squares in a row is actually really awkward. To me, it looks like the yellow route needs a second locomotive, which makes sense because it's sort of connecting 2 different things. So now yellow's going to have 2 locomotives. Week 3, we get another loco. Ooh, that's tough. This allows us to add a second carriage to a train, increasing its capacity. Interchange makes a station, I think it can have twice as many people before you lose. You lose if a station ever gets too full. So I think this is going to let you get twice as many people before you lose, and I think the trains change passengers a lot quicker. And there's a lot of value to be had there in a couple of things, but I think we're going to go with the carriage. Yeah, this game is dirt cheap on Steam, and it is really wonderful. It's got a little bit of that, like, you want to keep trying until you succeed kind of mechanic that can be, you know, sort of frustrating. You may not have noticed, but the screen is very slowly zooming out. Very slowly. And it will keep doing that, just gradually zooming out while putting down new stations. It's a wonderful UI. This is a good example of, I think the original like Let 'em Dare for this was like 3 years ago. And this makes the track really long, but will help them unload passengers a lot easier. And then it hit Steam in sort of like an early access game, maybe something like 2 years ago, and it just kept iterating. It's such a simple game. You're thinking, how could it possibly take that long to develop? But it's like every little thing, like the game balance, how you reshape your track, kept getting iterated and tuned to be that much, you know, smoother and more enjoyable. This actually will help unload. Even though this is making the orange line longer, the fact that we're going triangle, square, circle, triangle, square is actually going to help offload a lot. Now, one of the problems is the station. Everyone on the entire map who wants to go to square has to go through this station over here, which actually makes this an excellent candidate for an interchange. You see how we got that, like, that arc was starting to fill up over here? That's your lose condition. If that fills up, you lose. So we have to unload some passengers. Luckily, this one train here is going to do a good job. And in fact, I don't think we need 2 locos on yellow. What I'm going to do instead is get it to this orange one, because orange is getting longer. It's got to pick up a lot of squares over here. So either we need the carriage or we need 2 locomotives. This circle is, again, very awkwardly placed. I don't think I can justify making orange longer, so I'll have to make yellow longer, but I'm not happy about that. That's why another line could be very helpful. A playthrough of Invisible. Invisible Ink, or... I'm not sure. Oh, we got a circle down here. Oh, no, never mind. That's my, my hide bar. So I'm going to... Oops. Again, we're making the orange line longer here, but this combination is pretty good. New locomotive. We don't need more tunnels, so I'll definitely get a carriage. Oh, there we go. There we go, locked. So now I can consider what to do. Either we might add a carriage to the yellow or a second locomotive, because again, it's filling up a little bit, but it's not too bad. We might even need to add a carriage to one of the locomotives on orange later on. Yeah, Invisible Ink. Yeah, it's a great game. I played it. It's very good. I'm going to extend the blue line over here. This actually, and you know what? I should have thought of that earlier, cutting this out of orange. This means now that people who are trying to go to a square station do not have to go from blue to yellow to orange. That is going to take a ton of pressure off the station, and by doing that, I'm very comfortable extending orange. Orange is not going to be worked as hard anymore. This is a really good relief valve. I don't like the concentration of circles over here. That's still going to be a bit of a problem, not to mention over here, but overall, not bad. A triangle on this blue would actually be quite helpful. Ooh, lots of things being offloaded here, because now a lot of squares are trying to go here too. I'm going to temporarily throw another locomotive on the blue line. I don't think it'll need to stay. But for now, that's going to be helpful. Just relieve a little bit of pressure. You excited for Tyranny? Yes, I am. I really haven't followed much about it, so I'm going to go into it relatively blind. I didn't even watch that like big epic day 9 stream or anything like that. Just didn't have the time. So I'm very much looking forward to it, because it'll give me my first chance to really kind of discover the game. Starting to get a little crowded over here. And anything we pick up over here is not going to then get, you know, dumped on the next stop. So this train's actually going to be hitting capacity over here. All right, it's 100% full. Can only fit 6 people, so we don't pick any of that up at all, which isn't good. We're only dropping off some triangles here and then picking up a lot of squares over here. We got another triangle over here. Look, a big cluster of triangles makes this a lot harder. We actually are in a really kind of crimey position here. And another circle. Look at that. Another circle. I think this might be the death of us. Also, orange is still being overworked like crazy. I'm going to put an extra carriage on this train. Am I going to participate in Ludum Dare 37 or the next one? I'm not 100% sure. Because I will just be returning from a trip right then. And I have to be honest, I've actually been feeling extremely tired and overworked for the last, month or two. And I actually, no, longer than that, because I seriously almost did not do the last Ludum Dare. But that was my 15th in a row. So I don't know. I can't commit to it. This is the first time I haven't been able to say yes for sure. Of course I'm going to be doing it, because I don't know yet. We're going to go for an extra line, finally. That's going to give us a few more options. So we've got a teal line that we can set up here. And another freaking circle over here. Either way, we're picking up multiple circles in a row. No matter which one of these 2 lines I use. Now, what could help is potentially something like this. Because it's a drain. Quite an easy little drain there, but I don't know if this helps us. Still work out? Yep. Briarstone and I actually have been going every Wednesday and Friday. Is what we do. And then ideally, try to get in something on Sunday and Monday, but in practice that frequently doesn't work. But Briarstone and I, every Wednesday and Friday morning, we go. We do 5 to 10 minutes just running, warm up, that sort of thing. Then we do a whole weightlifting thing. Then we go back on the treadmill for anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes to do some final cardio and basically cool down. After you do squats and deadlifts and all that, you really need sort of a cool down on your whole legs and lower back. So this is looking very spaghetti and I don't like it, but I'm not sure. You can make big loops. That's a possibility. It doesn't always help. And another circle over here. And I was sure there's a way to remove all lines. Oh, you know what? This is the easier way, so I don't have to drag. I'm going to try to do a reset here. Oh, can I not get rid of the last one? Doesn't make any sense. What if we did something with like a couple of main horizontal lines like this? There's a trio of main horizontal lines. And then once this mess sort of clears a bit, figure out a good vertical line to run. Especially through the freak symbols like this. And then just throw an extra locomotive on each one of these longer lines. Like that. And then maybe a carriage here or wherever needs some pressure lifted. Oh, when did you become a pentagon? You were a circle. You just transformed. That happens, by the way. This was another circle before, and it turned into this arc. So that's actually quite good. This circle is really bad. Apparently I've been missing it. Okay, we'll finish his stop, but then he will teleport over here. And I'm going to add a carriage. More locomotive. I don't know if we like need another line or just the existing ones need to be buffed up, and I kind of feel like the latter is true. Normally I'm all about like many lines, but I don't think that's going to be the way this time. Actually, I'm going to hold off with the extra locomotive and carriage. You can pull them off and rearrange them, but I still want to be a little bit more responsive here. This one's actually going to be over full and not be able to pick up all these circles. So that's going to be a good place maybe to put a carriage on that guy. So you can pick up... Because it is 3 triangles in a row. And there's a lot of that going on with the blue line. You know, many things in a row and very little ability to drain it. So it'll tend to get a little over full. Yeah, another vertical might be nice. Over on the left, of course, I could always do a combination here. But it's not like there's a funny symbol over here to add. There's something about this triangle, like maybe this line. It might actually be much better if we did end up at the star. So we're sort of connecting the 3 freak symbols, which means any of these lines that is trying to get to one of the freak symbols can get there with just a single stop. Like, it can dump here and then exchange. Another circle in a row. I think I'm going to extend the yellow for this one. I think Biowolfus is saying extend yellow to this circle as well, which is a possibility. This square is interesting. This might not be a bad idea, because they are different. This is a long route. Very slow. But yellow's not at a risk of being overloaded. It's got the 2 locomotives. And very little, you know, noise overall. The problem with these circles is there are no circles to pick up going leftwards on the blue. Ah, now. Now we have an interesting question. What do you do with the circle? While also taking care of this triangle. Because I could just pull this back and have blue just go here, but then what do we do about the triangle and square? I mean, yellow could go down and pick up this square. This triangle is still a little bit of an awkward thing with everything else going on here. I suppose, and while this uses an extra tunnel, something like this might actually provide an extra drain. Even though it looks a little weird, it might actually remove more noise from blue. This we might lose here. But we do have a locomotive coming in. And I still have a spare locomotive to deploy. Overall, if one of the lines gets a little bit too bad, I think this is actually going to reduce a lot of the volume on the blue line quite aggressively. So that's nice. Thinking blue to a circle at that end so trains pick up going both ways from the triple triangle. We are out of tunnels, but I don't think we actually need more tunnels. I think it just, well, because we have a lot of like extra cuts through tunnels that we don't necessarily need in the long run. I think the carriage is going to be fine. And this triangle, I think I'm going to be happy just extending blue a little bit more. Like that. So we have another locomotive and 2 carriages, and so far so good. I'm going to extend the teal down to here. Rather than put another circle on blue, that's actually going to work out relatively well, I think. Again, just keep draining traffic as much as possible. That's your goal, is to find ways to just drain out the passengers from the system as quickly as possible. This is interesting and might be a good time to add an extra locomotive to teal. Not everything here is waiting for a teal pickup, but the stars are. Sure, no, is this Seoul? No, it's supposed to be. This is the London map, right? This is the Thames-ish. I guess we have to pick up that circle. I mean, it's vaguely organized. 3 horizontal lines, 1 crossing vertical. The further, like, we go this way, we'll probably want another vertical line. I would like to unlock another line now. Hopefully. And it's every week you unlock one. Your score is how many passengers you've delivered. That's what's keeping track of that. Still have a locomotive, still have 2 carriages. Right now, nothing's at a risk of overflowing, so overall our structure must be pretty good. I guess I'm going to extend Teal again, which is fine. We'd have 2 locomotives on there. Should be fine. And if anything, this circle may actually help drain a little bit of traffic. Not much, because like we've got a couple of circles adjacent to the stop anyway, but that's fine. See how relaxing this game is? And then at some point you just lose. Oh! This circle turned into a plus, so actually this teal line keeps being really good for like the freak routes. Okay, blue is definitely getting a bit of a backup over here. And I think the solution for it is actually another locomotive rather than a carriage on one. It's got a lot of stops. One of the issues is that everything over here that spawns for one of the freak symbols doesn't get drained from blue until it gets here. This is a diamond. Again, another freak symbol. And give me an interchange. I really want another line because it would be really handy to have one over here. Now, I could, of course, do some sort of connection between the two. What I could do is, I mean, there's a few things. It might actually be good just to do this. This gives yellow a way to drain out to diamond. And we could do this, like really treat diamond as an interchange. Speaking of, we've got this one. We'll have to play that one a little bit by ear. Blue line is still threatened to be quite overwhelmed. Although, actually, these are more like teal stops over here, actually. Which is about to get picked up soon, so it's probably going to be okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game has changed quite often over the years. The interchange, I believe, should double the capacity and maybe increase the speed of loading and unloading. Trying to figure out if this should be on orange or yellow. 1, 2, 3 before a triangle. 1, 2. It should be on this orange right here, because there's more of a distance from this to the next orange than on the yellow one. This is threatening to pop. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put a triangle there. Again, I don't think it makes sense to make an interchange here. Just blue has a really hard time draining everything. A really hard time. And it's not like the locomotives are full. Plus, it does have one with the extra carriage. This might be a good candidate for an interchange. In fact, I'm going to do that now since we're at risk of, like, being in some trouble here. I don't know if you can undo that. I don't think you can. It does look like they changed their passengers a lot faster. This circle is super inconvenient. Guess I'll do that. Anytime you get over 1,000, things get dicey. I think my high score on this map is like 1,300, 1,400, something like that. That's getting very dangerous too. I'm going to add a carriage over here, and that's very bad. I'm not even convinced that orange is going to pick some of this up. Nope. What I need to do is put it on the blue line. Not yellow, blue. Oh, I think blue's capped out. carriage again. So I'm going to save this one, but then this one gets in trouble because of the way I swapped some things. Whoop-a-daisy. Lots of these blue is really threatening to pop, which might be a sign that maybe I could simplify blue. Actually, well, the question is, do I need to drain blue to triangle? And I think I do. I mean, I could shorten this. Well, I guess what I could do... No, there's really not a good solution. Because I could go from circle to here, and I can add these guys to yellow. This diamond is still in a shitty location, though. We just have to hope that the carriage with the extra capacity helps, but I think it's actually going to solve that one. Helps a little. And actually, this guy here will be okay. This guy here will drain some circles and then pick up a lot. Locomotive, there's an extra line. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. There we go, which is going to save blue. And then that means I'm now in a great position, perhaps, to simplify blue by doing something like that. Maybe cut one of these in half, actually. Oh, what if we do that? What if we cut blue in half? Can I pull a carriage off? Yeah. I don't think I can just delete the carriage. I can swap it from one train to another. Speaking of, that's a little problem there. Take this thing. I think this green route with like one locomotive with... Oh. One locomotive with a carriage should be more than enough for it. So we've got to pick up just enough to not explode. There we go. 1291. This is about to explode. Actually dropping off more passengers here rather than picking them up, which is somewhat less than ideal. Yeah, and a good candidate for an interchange, but I only have the one. That's accumulating. Oops. And another one over here. It's not like none of my lines are working hard, though. I can't really steal a carriage from anything. Well, blue's gotten a lot better, but nothing else popping. This orange isn't great, and we're actually just going to drop a few things off here. Then we're going to pick some up. We should be okay. One of the reasons that you do make the interchange of things like this is they do have a tendency of getting big drop-offs and then big pickups. So you need to buy a little bit of time in between. Like for that. This green guy should pick up a lot of stuff here, though. Because he can pick up and go to orange and square. He dropped off a lot, though. But yeah, he's going to pick up a lot of orange. He should pick up all the triangle and all the square. There we go. Making that okay. 1445 might be a new one for me. I don't think adding a load to orange is going to be the way to victory here. Especially just going circle, circle, and the fact that they're already in some trouble here. It'd be nice if I could steal a locomotive from somewhere. Perhaps this yellow one temporarily. I'm going to do that. So it's going to drop off all its passengers here, and then it's going to teleport over here and do a pickup. But orange has already got 4 locomotives, including one with a freaking carriage. And is that, like, yellow's only got the one now? Well, there we go, locomotive. Interchange. So we'll put that back over here. And I might save the interchange for, like, the next one that's about to fall. Like, that's potential. It's not about to die. These two are, though. There you go. And that's an interchange, which adds speed. You're about to pop, but we're going to drop off some things and then pick up a bunch of things. There you go. You're alright. Okay. I think I got to do there. That's clearly an interchange. And I'm hoping that this yellow guy can save this. Oh, but he can't. And I don't think there's anything I can do. I could, like, keep moving things. That's not really a solution. I guess teal could potentially do with one less dude. At least for now. Then that's gonna about to pop. Well, we got some time there. That's going down. This is building up. This is building up. And, oh my god. Triple triangle, circle. Very inconvenient. Do not like, but I guess we'll do that. Take carriage off blue. I don't know. Blue seem to need a fair amount here. Unless I should add a teal. Okay, yellow's clearly bounced back a lot here. So you're gonna do this instead. Pick up some people from there, because this is about to lose. Oh my god, that wasn't enough to clear it. It's it's the green one. Oh, I grabbed the locomotive, or I grabbed the carriage, not the locomotive. Quick, 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 quick. Land! Land! No! 2 trains arriving! Are they gonna grab it in time? They did! Oh, fantastic. Holy crap, and actually draining that completely. But yeah, you know what? This blue carriage, we can go and pull one off. Actually, going at it there. Spread the load a bit. This orange one. Do I have one dude in orange? No, we have 2. 3, in fact. God. Everything's gonna explode. Everything's gonna explode, but this is by far my new record. Okay, locomotive carriage, so we've got another emergency patch ready to come in here. I think it's gotta be... Oh, we can't add anything to orange. Except probably a carriage. Green's about to pop, and certainly it can go and grab some things. I'll add a carriage to this as well. So pick up a lot from here and the next one. We got a triangle, which actually will work out nicely as a drain on either yellow or orange at this point. Potentially both. I can have them meet in the middle. There you go. Eliminated a bunch of passengers there. This is by far a record run. This circle, tempted to just ignore, honestly. Oh, 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 oh. No, there it is. Overcrowding at stations forcing Metro to close. So there you go. 932 passengers is by far, I'm sure, a new record for my London run. There it is. I think it was like 1,400 when we came in here. So there you go. A lovely game. Lovely game. It's not stressful, but it is. And yeah, you've got sort of some different city layouts, different like amount of water and things to consider. Berlin, then you can unlock more things. You know, they keep adding these maps, and I never went around and unlocked them. But look how many maps there are. And again, multiple play modes that feel very different. Right? Normal is don't let stations overcrowd. Endless, stations don't overcrowd, but you're still building for efficiency. Like, you can't lose on Endless, but there's still a challenge. And there's Extreme, tracks are permanent. But there's also other game balance factors going into it. The Extreme's not just normal with permanent tracks. It's got more. At least it did last time I checked, which is quite cool. And apparently they have a daily challenge now. There you go. So that was that.